What's up, court nerds? It's your boy Phil, and this is Time Served. I got a good court case from Judge Jason's child support case. It's nice, short, and sweet, hysterical. She lays into the dad. I'm calling this one Baby Mama Drama.
Mr. Rodriguez, it says you're supposed to be paying $916 a month in child support. Give me one moment to pull up your case. All right, give me one moment.
Your Honor, can you hear me?
Yes, but hold on, please.
Okay.
I don't want you unmuting yourself without me asking you questions. I'm pulling up
Oh
your
no,
case.
like it sent me like a notification if I wanted to or not. Like I thought you done it.
No, I didn't. Both of you should be muted right now. I'm not sure who unmuted you. Maybe my clerk accidentally did. I don't know. But just keep them muted for me, please, Miss Hester.
So if you notice, he's talking to somebody in the car. That plays huge. So pay attention to that, guys. He's supposedly alone.
All right. So in this case, looking at, let's see your images. Give me one moment, please. So clearly you're working. Let's see. Upload the document. I'm not sure what I was on. 055.
Let's Rick roll it out. It's a little sketchy. Rick roll it out. My daughter hates that I Rick roll. She says I'm a nerd. Oh well.
Ma'am, I don't know why. Anyway, you submitted supporting documents, but unfortunately I can't review those. Let's see. I am not able to, Ms. Hector, if you could walk me through trying to open that you have not paid any child support since May 2022. You live in Haralson County, so you're clearly working. Why have you not paid child support since May 2022, sir? You can unmute for me, please.
Your Honor, who said that I'm working? Like I right now I'm not working. I'm working with my brother-in-law.
Okay, well, you just said that you.
Yes.
Okay, well, you're still working, so you're still making some money,
like,
and the problem is, hold on,
like,
listen to me, stop. I don't
Hostile
care
from
who
the
you're
get.
working with. It looks like you have somebody in the car with you, and you guys are listening. I'm saying if you're working, then you're making some income, and you haven't paid any child support to support your children since May 2022. So if you don't have a full-time job, you're going to have to try to see if you can find one, but technically I can issue a warrant for your arrest because you paid no support since May of last year. So help me understand why you haven't been paying child support.
Why I haven't been paying child support? Okay, the job that I was working since well back then, whatever. I quit that job, and right now, like I've been trying to help my brother-in-law, whatever. And I have been trying to pay child support. Okay, so there's no way you could come up to me and tell me why haven't you been trying to pay child support? Because I know what I'm trying to do. I have came up.
Well, hold on. You're set. Tell me how you've tried to pay child support. Let's start there. How have you tried? Because we're not showing that any money's been received.
Okay, one thing that money's not showing that it's been received. Okay, I understand, but the way I have been trying to get in touch with my baby mama is I've been trying to send her messages. Hey, I'm gonna send you like some money. Can I send you some money? Whatever. I have sent my baby mama some money through Apple Pay.
Okay, sir. Mr. Rodriguez, hold on. We're not going to call anybody a baby mama. She is the mother of your children, and if you want to refer to her as the mother of my
What a
children or Ms.
dick.
Betancourt, we're not doing baby mama. But listen, you have a child support order. It was coming directly out of your paycheck. You don't need to coordinate with her to pay. Hold on.
It was
Hold
coming
on.
out my.
I'm muting you. You're not listening to me. Listen to me, please. I don't start by issuing warrants. What I'm saying is, I'm not issuing a warrant. It was coming out of your paycheck, but once it stopped, you don't have to coordinate with her. You just send the money directly to child support. And so that's where we're going to start going forward. Is you're going to pay the money directly to child support since you're not receiving a job that they can take it out. You just pay it directly yourself. So hold on, I'm going to unmute you. Okay. So I'm not here to argue with you. You're not going to argue with me. I'm just telling you exactly what needs to be done, and it needs
I understand.
But the procedure is you pay child support directly to the child support office.
Your Honor, I understand. I understand what's supposed to be done. Okay. I understand what's supposed to be done. I'm highly aware of that. Okay.
What?
Okay.
One thing, I just want to see my son. You think it's right for, like, I have been trying to pay child support, whatever. Like, she don't tell me where my son is at or nothing like that. Like, I want to know about my son. I have been paying, like,
okay.
I have, okay. Can I talk, please?
No, hold on. I said it in the opening. I understand that happens between couples. However, you have to file a petition to legitimate your child, and then the court will give you visitation. If she's not letting you visit your child, then I understand. That's why I said at the beginning, I know this happens. I've been doing this forever. But I can't, this isn't what this court is about today. So the reason why I'm restricting you, wanting to say this and that is, look, we just got to get on track and pay child support. You could file a petition to legitimate your son, and the court will definitely give you your visitation with your child, and you won't have to worry about her deciding when you could see him. That's your responsibility to go ahead and take that step to do that, okay? And you don't have to have an attorney. You can file it without an attorney. You just have to find out whether you file it in DeKalb County where she lives or where you live.
Can I ask you a question? If my case is in Harrison County, why is DeKalb taking my case?
Because the case for a criminal warrant is where the crime is being committed, and she lives in DeKalb County.
Being committed?
Okay, you're just going to keep over talking. Let me tell you something. You're not providing any support, and you're just going to start crying. I'm going to explain it to you, and then we're going to go forward, and you telling me how you're going to pay child support. So the crime is the proposed crime is being committed in the county where the mother is with the child, and no support is being received for that minor child. So that's why it's in DeKalb County. So if there's a civil case, then it would have to be handled in your county. But this is the criminal case because it's the law states it's where the mother resides with the minor child. So one, I appreciate you coming to court. Okay, so let's get that straight because we need to move forward. So you do have a substantial child support order. I don't know what kind of work you were doing, but I could see it's quite a bit. And you were paying when you were working, but now you're not. So now we have. Okay, I know, but I can't change your order. You have to go back to child support and ask them, say, here's my new income. Can we get a reduction because I just can't afford? Listen, my goal is not to put you in jail. My goal is for you to start paying a consistent amount of child support. Now, this order says you're supposed to pay $900 a month. I don't know what kind of work you did then or why you quit a job making that much money, but you did. So you have to figure out how to make child support on a weekly basis as close to that amount as possible. So how
I'm not
often
gonna make that amount. I'm gonna go to child support today, and I'm gonna chase the amount I make now, and she's not gonna get that. I promise you.
Okay. Well, you can't. It doesn't work like that. You can't just go in today and say, "Here's my new income," because you work for your brother-in-law. So they're gonna know that you're not going to be.
I'm gonna start a job.
Right?
I'm gonna start a job Monday, like a real job.
Okay. And then, so you start your job on Monday, and do you?
Hopefully, I start it on Monday.
All right. So the issue for me is that you've got to start paying some support right away. So you have to make a commitment to try to pay something because I can't wait because she hasn't received any money in almost 7 or 8 months. So even though you said you've made attempts to reach her, whatever the differences are, I'm not sure. But here's what
I got proofs of me sending her money, and it's like $1,000. Like I have messages where she says, "I don't need your money. I don't need none of that. My child don't need no money from you.
When did you send her $1,000?
When I don't that's on my brother's Apple Pay.
Okay, so let's move forward on this. Okay, so you're supposed to be starting a new job, and let's just go forward. Okay, just to avoid the jail, to avoid clearly there's a lot of tension between the two of you. So what I need you to do is understand that if you are starting a job in January, you still are working with your brother-in-law. Is there any money that you could pay just until you get your first paycheck that
Absolutely.
you'll receive?
Absolutely,
Okay,
but
well tell me.
I'm not able to pay the $900 something dollars what she wants.
Okay, okay, Mr. Rodriguez, I just asked you what amount, if any, can you pay temporarily until you start your employment and get your first paycheck?
$100. $100.
Okay, well, that's not sufficient. A hundred
That's not
dollars a
what?
week or 100? That's not
$100
sufficient.
a week. $100 a week. Is that good?
I will start at $100 a week until you get your employment and your first paycheck, but that is not sufficient either. But you would have to pay 100 today, 100 next week, 100 the week after, and you keep paying that $100 until I'm going to reset your case. We're going to see what's going on. I'm going to find out where you're employed. I'm going to let you speak to the child support agent, and what she's going to do is go ahead when she knows that your employer, they can just take it out of your paycheck like you did before, and you're good to go. And I'll
Look,
dismiss the case, but you got to step up and start paying child support.
okay, that's fine. I'll pay her $100. Okay,
Well, not
a
her.
week
You're going to pay child support,
to
$100
her.
a week. I'm not, listen, I'm not reducing your child support. I'm just giving you a little bit of a leeway to let mom get something temporarily until you start your real employment and the money comes out of your paycheck. Because again, I can't reduce. You're going to have to go to child support today and speak with them, because remember, I cannot reduce the child support. You still technically have to pay you were paying 200 a week when you were working, and that's what you should be paying now until you could get your child support reduced. You
You don't think that's a
understand?
little bit too much money though for one child?
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't matter what I think, because that's what the Superior Court judge found. That's a lot of money for a child. I agree, but you had a good job at that time, so I
I
understand
had a
things
good job,
change.
but I couldn't see my child though. That's my biggest problem right there.
No, I could tell that's your beef, and I understand it. Miss Betancourt, do not unmute yourself without, I'll give you an opportunity to speak. Listen, I'm gonna tell you again, I can't do anything about that. You can find out where you legitimate your son. The judge is gonna give you every other weekend, 2 months during the summer, possibly, every other Thanksgiving, every other Christmas, and you have that right. Just like the law says, a child is better off with both parents in their life, with child support from both parents. The child is also better off with both parents in their life. So that's the bottom line. And when she's going to have her own version, and she's going to say that's not true. He doesn't want to see his child because he's remarried or whatever. I don't know. I deal with this a lot, and I understand that. I'm just telling both of you that I'm only restricted to deal with what's going on today, Mr. Rodriguez. So today is the 27th. Do you know how to pay your child support directly today? To
Well,
make a
yeah.
payment today or tomorrow?
Didn't you
Do you know
just
how to
say
go
that
into?
to go to child support office?
Do you know how to? Do you know how to pay in the portal on your phone?
No, I'm not gonna do it through my portal. I'm gonna go to the child support and give it to them.
Okay. Okay. You can. Well, I don't know if they will take it like that, but
They did
okay,
take
you
it
can
like
do
that.
whatever way you. Okay, but I'm making a note that father shall pay $100 per week. Father has new employment. We're going to hope for an income deduction order for that employer. So that means it'll come directly out of your paycheck. But until then, you need to pay $100 a week to come directly out of your paycheck until your new employer comes. Miss Amarillo, Arena Camarillo, I'm going to go ahead and put you with him really quickly to find out where he's employed so we can get the paperwork. But before I do that, breakout room, Miss Hector, give me one moment. Miss Betancourt, I do not want to go back and dispute everything he said. I understand that this happens, but I know you don't have the child support, but I need to give you the opportunity to speak. I'm going to try to get your child support. I know you need it, and to raise your son. And it probably, honestly will be reduced, because generally $900 to $1,000 a month means he had a really, really good job and probably doesn't have that anymore, but I'm not sure. But go ahead, Ms. Rodriguez, you're muted. Please do not interrupt her while I'm speaking, and do not unmute yourself. Go ahead, Ms. Betancourt.
Yes, ma'am. So he hasn't paid since May. and he did state that he was going to quit his job, so he will not pay that amount. Um, I do have screenshots of him saying that. Um,
Okay.
as I did advise him to pay through child support because we have a domestic violence, so that way we don't have to communicate often. And there's a situation with drugs. That's why he's, you know, there's a custody thing, but
Ooh.
he's um basically he hasn't paid at all, and he chose to leave that job so he won't have to pay, and stated that he'll leave that job so he won't have to pay and reduce that
Okay,
amount.
I do understand, and I do understand people get angry and say those type of things to each other. And clearly, Mr. Rodriguez, you did say you quit your job and you haven't been paying. But what I'm just going to encourage you is that at some point, if you don't just pay the child support voluntarily and pay it consistently, I cannot reduce your child support, even though I'm giving you a reprieve. Then at that point, I have to issue a warrant for your arrest, and you'll just be arrested and brought to DeKalb County if you're arrested in Haralson County. And I don't think you want to go through all that. So it's totally up to you. Let's see, how old is a minor child in this case? How old is your
There's a kid involved
son,
in this
Ms.
thing.
Betancourt?
No, it's a kid.
How old? 9?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it's been a while. So let's just work on trying to move forward a little bit. Let's try to work on both of you trying to understand that generally speaking, it's in the best interest of a child to see both parents. I understand that there may be some issues with that, but you guys have to let the courts decide that. All right. Okay.
Yes.
So, Mr. Rodriguez, I expect you to see again. Um, that's only going to be like, I really think you can pay more than this. So, hold on one second. Um, all right. So, I'm looking at the amount of time that you haven't paid any support. Let's see.
He's just got such a smug look on his face. He's just a dick. He's got his girl in the car, his new girl.
All right, so I'm going to require you to pay, I said 100, but I'm going to change that. It's actually going to be 135 per week temporarily, just until you could get a full-time job and start paying the money out of your child support. Mr. Rodriguez, you are not paying attention to me.
Oh, there he goes. Here it
I
comes.
am paying attention to you.
No, you're not. You're talking to somebody else. $135 a week, okay? Just do 135 and that'll comply and I don't have to issue the warrant. So if you could do the
Do
135 a week.
Do 140.
Well, you want to, all right, sounds great. Okay, 140 a week starting this week, okay?
That's fine.
Okay,
Do
and then you
140.
make sure you pay it. Make sure you pay the 140 a week, and that would be great. And I'm going to let you speak to the attorney for Miss Irina Camarillo. I'm going to reset this case.
That tells you that I really do want to pay my child support and everything, but she does not let me do anything like that.
Okay, so again, you have rights, just like she does. You can go and file a petition with the court to
Apparently, she has more
legitimate your
rights than I
son.
do.
Oof.
Okay, all right. I'm not here to argue with you with your issues with her. I'm here to tell you what you can do, and you can go file a petition to legitimate your son. I'm not going to tell you that again.
Like, that's fine. I'll pay.
All right, your disposition is you know, I'm trying to be patient with you, but you know, you're not being very considerate, because I could just issue a warrant today and I'm not. So you need to just understand that I'm trying to work with you in this case, and you need to honestly chill out, because you're taken out in the court, which is inappropriate. So anyway, I'm going to reset this case. Today is January. I'm going to let you speak to Miss Irina Camarillo first, because she'll get information, and the money, like before, will come directly out of your paycheck with your employer. Until it comes out again, I'm expecting to see every week until we reset the case. So I'm going to reset this case until February 24th. Mark your calendar, Mr. Rodriguez, and you can go and find out where to legitimate your child. I don't know if you have to file the paperwork. You can do it all online. I think it's where the mom and child reside. I'm not really sure. Do you know, Miss Irina Camarillo? I forget the rules on how to legitimate and where. It's where the mom and child reside?
Yes. Where the
okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Rodriguez, you could do all that online. It's all online. You just have to pay the filing fee. You download the forms, and you go ahead and start the proceedings, and you won't have to deal with this. The judge will give you visitation, but it will really be helpful if you're paying the child support too. So
yes,
I'm going to let the two of you. I'm going to let you speak to the attorney, Miss Irina Camarillo. She's going to get your employer information. And again, I'm writing so that we have a meeting of the minds, 140 per week starting this week, which means today or tomorrow. You pay 140 every week by Friday until we come back to court on the 24th. Once the amount of money that you're supposed to be paying starts coming out of your paycheck, then you don't have to worry about paying that 140 a week. But until you see it coming out, you have to pay it. But I'll do an update on this case on the 24th, and I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Miss Arena Camarillo, and then we'll see you February 24th.
Like we said 140, right? But if I can, I'm gonna try to give more than 140, so you could see that I'm trying. Well, that I really want to help my child, you know.
And I think what that will go toward, Mr. Rodriguez, even though there's so much past due, what that will, and you need to check to see if your license is suspended. Okay, who are you in the car with?
My girlfriend.
Okay, well, tell your girlfriend to please stop interrupting us while we're in court, because I can tell you're laughing and talking. Yes, she is. I see you laughing and talking with her, and this is not a joke.
She is not interrupting. So anyway, like she's not even here.
Well, who are you talking to?
Can I not just turn around and like look at
like she didn't just jump out of the car?
I'm not talking to no one.
Give me a break.
Most people don't, but okay. All right, I'm going to put you
Come on,
with
Judge.
the attorney so we can make a determination of going ahead, start the paperwork for your employer. Other than that, we will see you on the 24th, same time, same place, get an update on the case, see how things are going. And of course, you paying your child support again consistently will definitely go a long way with the judge when you go to legitimate your son, okay? All right, so hold on one second. Please accept the breakout room. Ms. Bettencourt, that concludes our hearing with you. We'll see you on the 24th. And sir, I'll just be honest, Mr. Rodriguez, if you're promising to make the payments, I'm taking your word on it, so I don't have to issue a warrant today. So we'll see you guys on the 24th of February.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, Ms. Bettencourt, you're excused from court. Ms. Arena Camarillo, I'll let you go in the breakout room with him, and then we'll come back, and I'll see you on the 24th, same time, same place. You both will receive the notice in the mail. Yes, go ahead, Ms. Bettencourt. I can't really hear you for some reason.
Oh, I do apologize.
We lost your.
This is being put in YouTube. You said correctly, right?
It's what?
It's being placed on YouTube online, publicly, right? Like played with like a live on YouTube, right?
It's on time served.
Just did this to you, and that's an insult.
How's it like I'm doing this blocking?
Wait. Mute both of them. Please mute them. Ms. Bettencourt, please let me handle my court proceedings. I don't need you to tell me that somebody's insulting me in court. Please, I appreciate that, but I really can handle it. I'm not stupid. I know your girlfriend or somebody's in the car with you. Who keeps looking around and laughing? I'm not an idiot, okay? I know that there's something going on, but I'm not going to get in the middle of this. I already told you both, I'm not going to get in the middle of your disdain toward each other, so I'm done with this hearing. Ms. Bettencourt, you're excused from court. Mr. Rodriguez, either you voluntarily are paying the $140 a week. Again, I'm not reducing until we come back to court. You're going to go into a breakout room with Miss Arena Camarillo, and at that point, she'll get the information to start the income deduction order. We'll see you guys on the February 24th. Ms. Bettencourt, it's clear that Mr. Rodriguez is being disrespectful to the court, but I'm not in a position to tolerate and deal with this, so it's okay. But thank you for I understand what he's doing, but I am a judge and I have to be neutral and detached, and that's what I'm going to do. So you're excused from court. Thank you for your time. We'll see you February 24th. Mr. Rodriguez goes into a breakout room with Miss Arena Camarillo so we could get his new employment information to start the income deduction order. All right, thank you. Thank you. Bye, Ms. Bettencourt. You're excused from court. All right, and I'll be right back while they're going to the breakout room, Ms. Hector.
All right, guys. So there you have it. Judge was awesome. She handled herself cool, calm, and collected. He was loud. He was cocky. But I'll tell you one thing: if he doesn't pay that child support, that bench warrant is going to be so fast on his ass, and the sheriff department is going to be knocking on his door. His girlfriend's going to have to be bailing him out. Guys, that's it. It was a short one for today. I'm so glad you guys have responded. Like and subscribe to Time Served. Have a good night. It's your boy, Phil.